All right, everybody, welcome back to another nightly message. Tonight's message is actually very important. And what I want to talk about tonight is actually reiterating the importance of this election. I know there's a lot of people out there in general, but there's probably a lot of people watching this video right now that are tired of politics, that don't care about politics, that haven't been following politics. I'm talking directly to you. You got to understand the magnitude of this election. For a while now, multiple videos on multiple occasions, I have said that this election is the most important election in modern history. And I'm actually finding it hard to continue believing that, to continue saying that. And the reason is that the more interviews that I watch, the more interviews that come out, and the more research that I do, it's becoming absolutely obvious to me that this is the most important election ever. And I know a lot of people are going to say that I'm exaggerating, that I'm lying, that I'm biased, all of these labels. But honestly, truly authentic and genuine, I cannot see another election that has the magnitude of implications that this one has. Our future as America as we know it is on the line. And as much as I want to be exaggerating, as much as I want to be lying, that is what I'm seeing. And I want to talk directly to my undecided folks and my 50% of Christians that are not voting. Listen, our founding fathers got it correct in saying that voting and not having a dictator, not having communism, but voting as a democracy is an inherent right given by God. It is not a privilege that your government hands out. It is not a privilege that you get every 4 years based on whoever's feeling good that day in office. No. God gave you the right to speak and have an opinion and have a powerful voice. And the Christians out there, the 50% of you that say that you love God, but you're denying your right to vote, your duty to vote, your responsibility to vote, I would pray that you reconsider that. And for my undecided folks, I am not asking you to go to the ballot in 19 days and vote Republican and take my word for it. I'm not asking you to throw away the Democratic Party just to take my word for it. I'm asking you to simply educate yourself. Put aside the fact that politics can be exhausting. Politics can be infuriating. And actually educate yourself so that we have, number one, participation, but number two, preparedness, and we use and exercise our right, our inherent right to vote. But before this video gets too long, though, I want to talk about something specific tonight in regards to the approach of both parties. And I think this is going to be very crucial for my undecided folks and my Christian folks when making their decision or entering their education for the next 19 days to vote. And that is the approach. First off, I want to start with the Republican Party. The Republican Party uses this strategy called righteous indignation. Indignation means that it is an anger or an aggravating feeling based off something that feels unfair. The right feels this way all the time. We look at the policies and the rhetoric spread by the left and we have righteous indignation. We cannot believe how unfair they are to the middle class, how unfair they are to America as a whole, and how they give all of this money to everybody else. They let in all of these illegal aliens and they take all of our resources. It's infuriating. And although it comes off as aggressive sometimes, although it might have some words used that people don't like, and it might be a turn off to politics, it comes from a righteous place. On the other hand, Democrats use a very similar but different anger, and that is selfish anger. When they get mad, when they get irritated, they start to blame others instead of taking accountability for what they have done or what they believe or what they plan to do. For example, in Fox News interview with Kamala Harris recently, she was asked about the border and for example, specifically about the border, is she sorry for the people that have lost their lives due to illegal immigrants because of her policies letting them in? She didn't say sorry. For multiple times, this guy reiterated the question. And finally, she said, yeah, I would say sorry, but Donald Trump is the problem. Donald Trump's rhetoric is the problem. So that's not an apology. And that is an aggressive tone. That is a very condescending answer. And that is very disrespectful and hurtful to the families and the American people that have been affected by her policies. So to reiterate that, the right uses righteous indignation, and the left uses selfish anger. They want to get what they want. The second thing that I want to say to wrap up here is that the right uses this tactic of passion. Donald Trump is the epitome of passion. Passion comes with aggressiveness. Passion comes with assertiveness. Passion comes with doing whatever you can to lay out the facts and to win. Doing whatever you can to benefit those on your side, to benefit those that might be confused, to benefit those that are the most minority and the most vulnerable in our communities. The left, however, uses desperation. They will use whatever heart sob, heart throb, heartstring pulling story they can. They will use all of the buzzwords they can find to get the American people, the minority groups in particular, to get their vote. You all have to understand when you're educating yourself on who to vote for. The games of the left and the rhetoric they spread is so dangerous. Why? It's because they're a complete psyop. They have shown it in their record time and time again. They do not care about the middle class. They do not care about America's safety. And they do not care about saving resources for the American people. The hurricanes that have just happened is a perfect example of that. So I want to let you know, I want to reiterate, first off, this is the most important election ever. Educate yourself. Number 2, it is your God-given right and responsibility to use your vote and your voice. And number 3, when we talk about educating yourself on who to vote for, the right or the left, conservative or liberal, realize that conservatives use the 2 tactics of righteous indignation and passion, and the left uses selfish anger and desperation. Trump 2024, baby, let's go.